Okay, hi everyone. Thank you all for being here. I'm Caroline. I'm the 2024 DanceBlue overall chair. We're all super excited that you're here and you're interested in joining us on committee next year. So first, we're just going to go back to the basics a little bit, talk about what DanceBlue is. So we are a fully student-run organization, and we are essentially a year-long fundraiser that ends in a 24 no sitting, no sleeping dance marathon. All of our money goes into the Golden Matrix Fund, which was created to benefit the DanceBlue Hematology and Oncology Clinic at the Kentucky Children's Hospital. That way, both today and in the future. We benefit research, we benefit the clinic and their families through different support, clinic staff, and also clinic expansions and things like that. So our money goes to a lot of different things to help the kids in a lot of different ways. But most of all, I really think this organization just spreads joy and passion and love, and it's something amazing to be a part of.
Hey everyone, my name is Grace and I was the DanceBlue 2023 overall chair. I just want to welcome all of you and introduce you to my team. But before I introduce them, I just want to say, no matter if you were a dancer, a supporter, if you just heard about DanceBlue last week on Instagram, we just encourage you to be a part of it. It is the best thing that I think you will ever do. And I think we see the reaction and some of you that were there and got to dance with us. That video, I think, brings us all chills, makes the room a little colder. So we're just really proud of you all, and I'm excited introduce all of these people. So I'll let them introduce themselves.
Sure. I'm Grace Evans. I was the operations chair this year.
My name is Lexi Mead. I was the marketing chair this year.
I'm Reagan Watkins. I was the family relations chair this year.
I'm Janie Gleaves. I was the programming chair for this past marathon.
Hi, I'm Ashley Bates. I was the technology chair.
My name is Shawnee Zelnick. I was the mini marathon chair this past year.
And these six are here because each of them had committees for this year. So we're going to talk a little bit more about each individual committee. But we also have some coordinators that are a part of our team as well. So we have a fundraising team, dancer relations, and community relations that have coordinator positions that are just a little bit more specialized, a little bit more niche. So if you're interested in those and our friends that aren't necessarily here, you are welcome to come chat with us after as well.
Yeah. And just a reminder, those coordinator positions close on the 7th, this Friday at midnight. And then we'll talk about the committee application a little bit later.
All righty, so morale. These are the people that you probably saw the most throughout the marathon. They are the hype people of DanceBlue. They are at every event. They are hooting, they're hollering, they're getting you hyped, or they're your shoulder to cry on. It is a 48-person committee. And they are set in morale partners that lead the dancers through the marathon. If you look on the bottom left picture, that's morale team 18, the one who won the morale cup. If anyone in here was on morale team 18, yeah. Morale cup winners right there. But they are there to cheer on people at the 5K, be just the hype people throughout the entire year. So usually there's people that have high energy. However, there's people that also are, like I said earlier, you're the one, you are literally crying on their shoulder because they are so supportive. So it is a wide array of people, and they're so special. So they, like I said, they're the utility committee. They're used so often in tabling efforts, community engagement, and other DanceBlue events. So we are the ones that are up and doing. We're in the student center. We're at the mining building in Whitehall. We're the ones that are saying hey, let's get involved with DanceBlue. We also did other things this year with community engagement, we made sandwiches for the Hope Center. We worked at the Ron McDonald House, stuff like that. But if someone needs help, morale is where we go. They are the manpower. So if you are interested about being on morale, it is a dope committee. I love it. It's the biggest subcommittee on DanceBlue committee. You can email minimarathons@danceblue.org. That is my email. Won't be soon, but you can also email morale@danceblue.org. And those are Kaylee Coleman and Kyle Batang. Those are the current standing morale coordinators. And they can also talk to you about it. But yeah, you can also talk to me about it afterwards. But I love this committee. It's pretty cool. And we have a lot of fun.
Okay, I guess I'll relive my glory days just a little bit. I was corporate chair year before last. So what does corporate do? That's the looking at the relationship sides and the financial aspect of DanceBlue. So you're cultivating new sponsorships, hosting silent auction, Keeneland days, and more to come. So it definitely has a lot of room to grow and expansion. I always tell people there's so many different aspects of DanceBlue. So a lot of it is forward facing at the marathon. A lot of them are going to talk about that. I love talking to people about DanceBlue, and I love talking to people with money about DanceBlue. So corporate is a great way to like grow some of those interpersonal skills as well as some of those professional skills with DanceBlue, and just be able to tell people why you love it and why they should too. So if you want to talk about corporate, I'm happy to relive my glory days, or you can also email Grant at corporate@danceblue.org.
Hello, guys. I was, like I said earlier, I was the marketing chair this past year. And marketing does not have a committee anymore. It has moved over to technology, but I still wanted to come and talk about what marketing does because it is a very cool aspect of DanceBlue. So marketing promotes the mission of DanceBlue across campus, like through tabling initiatives, merchandise. If you've bought merch from the boutique this year, that was created by the marketing team, and social media. So we maintain the brand that is DanceBlue, and you have to be knowledgeable about DanceBlue's mission and very forward-facing to students, professors, just the public, and people who would ask about DanceBlue in general. So to be a part of the marketing team, you need to be collaborative, detail-oriented, and just very creative. And so, as I said, the marketing team has coordinator positions. I have 2 graphic design positions, merchandise, public relations, and social media. So if you would think you'd be interested in any of that, feel free to come talk to me.
Okay, hey guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about programming. So on programming committee, I had a committee of 16 this year, and they brainstormed, planned, and executed the entertainment that takes place in the middle 19 hours of the marathon. So if you dance this year, you start off with those 2 hours of the line dance, and then you have those 19 themed hours, and then finish it off with those 3 FR hours. Programming runs those middle 19, all the entertainment that happens during those. So what that looks like, over the summer, my programmers completed 2 brainstorming submissions. We get started on the marathon like yesterday. We're already talking about DB24. We're super excited for it. For the fall, you start with your hour activity planning. You have one-on-one meetings and do your supply lists. So programming, similar to morale, we also function in partners. So you're partnered up with somebody else on the committee, and you're given, most pairs had 2 hours to plan. And they're your baby all year long. You're planning those 2 hours and figuring out the nitty gritty and how they're going to be executed at the marathon. So in the spring, that looks like coming up with floor plans of where each station is going to be on the floor, or where each activity is going to be, how much space it's going to take up. You also work on the execution of the hour. How many people do we need at each station to make sure that dancers know what they're doing? During work days, which we all have in the spring, but they're especially important for programming because we run through a lot of the hours. We see how they're going to work and troubleshoot problems. We also do any projects or crafts. So the Kahoots that you played at the marathon, we completed all those on the work days. So yeah, it's a lot of trial and error on work days. And then marathon day, my people were the ones with the neon yellow bandanas on. So they facilitated all the games, they set them up, they broke them down. They were the ones that were hopefully guiding you through what each game was supposed to look like, what the rules were like, how you could win morale cup points, all that good stuff. Some useful skills: collaboration. Since you're working with a partner and you're working with a partner all year long, you got to be able to be collaborative. Creative for sure. Programming is always changing, so fresh ideas are always welcome. A creative take on old ideas is also a really great trait to have. Also, the ability to be super detail oriented. We have to think about like really, really specific things of like, okay, how many pipe cleaners do we need for XYZ? So if that sounds like you, then talk to me about it. My info's up there, my email and my phone number. Feel free to save my number to your phone. And yeah, we'd love to have you on the team.
Okay, so operations. So what do? In the fall, we will plan the logistics of the DanceBlue 5K. So that was the color run this year. So organizing all of the logistical aspects of that. And then in the spring, we have the DanceBlue Marathon. So we work with floor plans, all of the volunteers and their procedures,
We solicit all of the food donations and carry out meal hours. We do bag check, and we have personnel, so which is all of the VIP guests that come onto the floor during the marathon. And we also work with marketing a lot with soliciting like certain incentives for the 5K specifically. And then useful skills, just having a team player attitude. We had a committee of 16 this year. So those were each split up into subcommittees. So you would be on a team with either volunteer, food, or personnel. And being hardworking, adaptable, organized, and positivity. And also with the marathon, we kind of help lead and organize all of the setup and takedown aspects of that as well. We also have 3 coordinators to lead those subcommittees. But yeah, so feel free to ask any questions after this if you have any, or email operations@DanceBlue.
Hi, everybody. As I said, my name's Reagan, and I served as the Family Relations Chair for this year. So what is Family Relations? We actually get the opportunity to go in the clinic that all of the money that the marathon raises goes towards. So you serve as a child life volunteer, which just means that we get to go in for 2 hours a week and hang out with the kiddos, play games, and just kind of remind them that they are kids. It is quite literally the happiest place on earth. I think all of these people would attest to that. And you also host parties throughout the year. So we have a Halloween party, we have a holiday party, we have just all the random fun stuff. We also get to go into the inpatient side of the hospital. We have a whole coordinator that is over that programming. And we do the family room in the last 3 hours of the marathon. So if y'all remember from marathon this year, there was that glass room where the kiddos were hanging out, and that's my people were the people in there. So if you're interested in FR, you do not have to have a medical background. It is definitely beneficial, to be comfortable being around kids of all ages. We have kids from, I've held babies in the clinic, and I've hung out with 19-year-olds in the clinic. So there's a wide range of all the things, but you just have to be willing to show up for the kids, even if it means you end up dressed like a pickle walking around the hospital. So it has been the joy of my life, and it's amazing. So if you're interested, come talk to me. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about technology committee. So tech incorporates photography, video, app and web, and the production of the marathon. So lights, sound, visuals, all that you saw going on. So tech committee is growing. And so we're looking for people who are wanting to assist with any technology and creative needs for the DanceBlue committee that include shooting and editing all of the videos that you see on Instagram and on YouTube, and then as well as shooting and editing pictures this year, designing and maintaining the app and website, and planning and executing all of the production of the marathon and the live stream. So obviously some tech experience is very helpful, but you by no means have to be a professional to be on tech. It's just the interest that we like to see, and then a willingness to learn, because a lot of these skills are things that if you have the interest, we can teach you to get to the level that you need to be. But some other skills that are helpful are creativity, attention to detail, collaboration, because as tech, it's our job to take the stories and the people of DanceBlue and share it with the world. So we work with every single other committee to capture what they do. So you need to be willing to work with a lot of people, and then also problem solving, because as I'm sure a lot of you just know from everyday life, tech can go wrong very easily, very quickly. So you need to be able to work on your feet to solve those issues. We also have 3 different coordinator positions, video, photography, and app and web. So if that, or if any of the committee or any of the spots on committee are something that interests you, you can come talk to me afterward, or you can email technology@danceblue.org.
Awesome. So our committee application system, I'm sure some of you have already started and seen it. It's a ranking system, so you can apply to multiple committees while filling out only one application. So you've got 6 options that these lovely chairs went over. You've got morale, corporate, programming, operations, family relations, and technology. So when you start the form, it'll ask you to rank those 1 to 6 and just fill it out. And then they will email you on interviews you get for which spots from there. The application is open. If you go on BB Involved, you want to find DanceBlue, the University of Kentucky Dance Marathon. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see forms, and you're looking for the 2024 all committee application. And that is due Friday, April 14th at midnight. Stay in touch with us. That's our Twitter, that's our Instagram, Facebook, BB Involved. We're basically UK DanceBlue on just about everything. That is my information right there. You can save it to your phone. It's overall@danceblue.org. And that's my phone number. And feel free to shoot me any questions you have at all about the process. I can connect you with one of the chairs, anything like that. But I just want to thank you all again so much for being here. And I'm so proud of this chair team because they're the ones that inspired you all to get to this point. And just truly know Grace was so right. Joining committee was the best thing that I've ever done in my life. And joining DanceBlue was the best thing I've ever been a part of. So I really, really encourage you all to do this. You won't regret it. I promise you. But we'll be here if you have any questions. And that's all from us. Thank you.
Or maybe they're gonna leave.